Is it a hassle to own an investment property in New York City? We'll demystify this topic in the following video. I'm Nick at Houseit, based here in Miami, Florida. Visit houseit.com to learn how to save money if you are looking to buy, sell, or rent in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, or here in Miami and South Florida. So let's get started. So, is it a hassle to actually own an investment property in New York City? This is something that most investors, at least first-time investors, don't think much about as they begin the process of looking for a suitable property. But once you're on the other side, you may start asking yourself the question, is it all worth the hassle? And to be clear, owning investment properties in New York City or anywhere else in the world does require a considerable amount of time on your part to make sure that things are running smoothly. In addition to the time commitment, you have the uncertainty factor of not necessarily knowing when you'll be called to arms to take care of a repair or sort out some other problem you might have with a tenant. So conceivably, you can go many months in some cases without hearing a peep from your tenant, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you have a litany of seemingly endless problems. So in our opinion, it is absolutely a hassle to own an investment property, anywhere and especially in New York City. The reason it's particularly difficult in New York City is because of the fact that it is very hard, in most cases, to find a competent repair person at an economical and fair price who can arrive and fix the problem in a timely manner. You simply have so much demand from other property owners in New York City, and there's a shortage of actual skilled laborers across the spectrum in terms of plumbers, handymen, people who can do tile. And the challenge as well is, even if you think you found your go-to handy person, they might not necessarily be good at everything. So the person you use for, say, plastering and painting might destroy your bathroom if you hire them to replace a cracked tile. So it's about sifting through and being able to have a Rolodex of qualified people within the various areas of construction, which will ultimately make your life much easier as a landlord in New York City. The other challenge and annoyance of owning an investment property, at least in Manhattan or parts of Brownstone, Brooklyn, is the fact that you have real difficulty with parking. Now let's take, for example, the case of like the lower Manhattan area. Let's say you're on the Bowery or somewhere in that general vicinity. Parking is extremely expensive on the street and it's hard to find. So when you call somebody up, let's say you call the AC repair guy, he'll first ask, where's your apartment? And you say Manhattan, and he might hang up the phone. He might say, sorry, we don't go to Manhattan, it doesn't pay. You literally have people decline you as a client because of where the property is based. And so when it comes to pricing, anyone you potentially discuss a repair with is presumably going to factor in the annoyance of the parking and the cost and hassle associated with it when they price or bid out your particular job. The other way it can be a hassle to own investment property in New York City is if you actually don't live in the city. At the end of the day, sure, you can find somebody hopefully to make repairs, but without you being able to personally see the progress and the quality of the repairs, you might not necessarily be very happy when you come back and see what kind of repair work has been done on your property. Because at the end of the day, in New York in particular, time is money. So a lot of these contractors, handy persons, will do literally the bare minimum to make sure something is fixed. I have a good personal story. You hire somebody to basically change a molding around a door, and the only thing they will do is literally change the molding. The worker literally just left without taking out the old molding, without sweeping the floor, without mopping, left a tool on the floor, left a rag on the floor. So, you really ideally want to be in the city when you have to make repairs. And of course, like we said, because you don't know when repairs may arise, you're not necessarily going to be around just by way of it being a coincidence. So we hope you found this video to be helpful. We're not looking to actually deter you from buying an investment property in New York City. I personally own several, and I have no regrets about that. But you just need to be prepared from a lifestyle perspective and from a stress management perspective about how things will unfold if and when problems inevitably do arise. If you have any questions, please give us a shout, leave us a comment below the video, or send us an email to team@houseit.com. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like our content. Also, don't forget, check out houseit.com to learn about ways to save money if you are looking to buy, sell, or rent here in New York City. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next video.